Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh and we're back with the 91 Toyota Chaser GT. Here is my share code. This is called Legendary All-Wheel Drive DK. It sounded a lot better than calling it the junk drift build, just because I put everything into it possible to give me the most power out of the vehicle. I'm going to show you what I mean. It's not the prettiest car. It has wonky stuff on it, but I was able to get 1,060 horsepower and kept it in the A800 range. So yeah, let's get into that. And I mean, I do have another A800 all-wheel drive for this. So here's the legendary, the junk build. But I will be showing you guys the KPG all-wheel drive drift. It's got 994 horsepower. It doesn't have as much horsepower, but it has the wide body kit. It looks a lot better, etc., etc. And I'll make that video next. It's a whole different tune, too. Either way. Let's get into this and show you guys what did I do to this thing. As you can tell, it's not very pretty. So we kept the original, the one JZ GTE engine in there, just to make it extra special for you guys. All-wheel drive drivetrain, single turbo, and then just the regular body kit. If I went with the wide body kit, as you can tell, it would go up to an S1 806. So I'm really going to show you guys all of that as we go through. Alright, so we just got the stock front bumper. As you can tell, if I put the race bumper on there, it would go up to an S1. As you can tell, I have the racing rear wing on there. It's ugly. It is what it is. Did everything I could to get the most power I could get out of this car. If I went with to remove the wing, it would take me to an S1. If I put the stock rear wing that you would want, it's still an S1 802. Couldn't do it. Alright, so I had to, put that ugly wing, spoiler, whatever you want to call it, on there. We just got a stock tire compound. Anything else here would take you right up to an S1 all the way through, as you can tell. So staying with the stock tire compound. Alright, so you got stock width in the front and stock width in the rear. Now this I could mess with, but why do it? It's just adding weight and grip to it that I don't need. So just left it stock there. Okay. Of course, we went with the heavier rims on here just so that we could add more power to this car. Alright. As you can tell, if I did any of these, it would take me up to an S1. And I just wanted to stay in the A800 range. It's a good range to be in. I like A-Class. It's fun to see what you can do with A-Class. Alright. Here, I could have went with an 18-inch rims, but it just stayed in the 800, so that's what I did there. If I took it down the rim size to match the front to 16-inch, it would take me up to an S1. Can't do that. I'm trying to stay in the A-Class range. Alright? Same as this. If I just move this over 1, it goes right up to an S1 801. Can't do that. So we have just a stock track width there. Now here we could do this. We were able to max it out. It doesn't affect anything really. So I did that. Okay, we got the race transmission. As you can tell, pretty much anything here, it would go up to an S1 class. So it is what it is. We'll just stay there. Alright, stock driveline. If I try to go with the race driveline, as you can tell, it take me up to an S1. So I decided not to do that. This doesn't affect anything, so it really doesn't bother anything. Alright, drift differential. Okay, cool. Alright, stock brakes. And that's common. If I did anything up to there, it would take me up to an S1 class. It's got the drift springs and dampeners. Anti-roll bars. Alright, really not a big change. I was able to save some weight by putting the race on both the front and the rear. Of course, if you do anything with a roll cage, it's going to take you up to an S1. Alright, so there's that. And then, yeah, stock weight reduction, because, I mean, honestly, you can't really do much to it. But, I mean, it's got plenty of power. And then, everything I put onto here. So, you got the race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race valves, race cams and valves, race exhaust, As you can tell, there's no anti-lag on here because it would have a whole lot more power. That's for sure. As you can tell, it's just got a sport turbo on there. Alright, and it's got the 1060 horsepower. All you have to do is go over to a race turbo and it takes you to the max power of the 1209 horsepower out of the 1JZ GTE engine that's in this vehicle. Of course, see, there's the anti-lag there as well, but can't do that. It would take me up to an S1 813. So we didn't do that. We got a race intercooler and race oil and coolant and just a street flywheel. We go up to a sport flywheel and so on and so forth. It goes up to an S1 801. I wanted to try to keep it right in the 800 and see how much power I could push out of it, because I think that's more exciting than doing an S1, and then just throwing the whole kitchen sink at it and be like everybody else in the game. I wanted to be a little bit special, so that's what I did. And there you have it. There is the crazy build to this car. Now let's look at the tune and show you guys what I did to it. So it's got a max 55 to maximize that slide. Alright, here is the gear. It's got that 10-speed transmission. As you can tell, it doesn't go all the way down to the end to 244 miles per hour. It doesn't need it. Alright, here is the alignment that I decided to go with this car. It's completely wild. Even the front caster isn't even at 7.0 degree like I usually do. I put it down to 3.7 because I said, you know what, why not? Anti-roll bars are 3250 for both the front and the rear. Springs are 955, 936. Lows and goes 7.2 for both the front and the rear. Dampening is 21 and 20 and 20. Alright, there is the downforce, the ugly spoiler wing, whatever you want to call it, in the back. Trunk lid. Took it all the way down the speed there. Braking, can't touch it because you would go up to an S1 class. And then differential 76, 86, 97, 97. There's 100% of the power going to the rear wheels. It's all-wheel drive, but it's got 100% power going to the rear wheels. And that's not actually true. There's a very small percentage still going to the front wheels, because if you can get this thing teetering on a rock or something and you floor it, those tires in the front will still spin even with 100% going to the rear. Okay? Great. And that is the tune. That is the build on the junk drift tune that I have that I called Legendary, because Legendary just sounded better than junk drift build. It is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to see if I could make something super powerful, keep it in the A-class range, make it all-wheel drive, and yeah, it's super fun. Third, fourth gear is pretty much what you're going to be using with this car. It's absolutely beautiful. It hard grabs all the time. It has no problem drifting. And even though it has that 100% to the rear, you don't notice it. It still has just a slight power still going to the front wheels, because you can just drift it like in, any other drift car. And there's a 44 exactly right there. That's why it's legendary. Super duper fun to drift. Yeah, it's my junk drift build, and I love it. And I think you're going to like it too. So yeah, let's take it in, just see if anybody else is close to my power, because I mean, that's what I always like to do, when it comes to these vehicles here. Here, let me just do is anybody so crazy like I am? Now we have to do all-wheel drive, so we have to look for the all-wheel drive. Alright, that one's mine, the KPGE all-wheel drive. Alright. Anybody else? I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. Alright, and that one's mine, the legendary all-wheel drive DK. Okay. Anybody else with all-wheel drive with that amount of power? Nope. Keep on trying. There's a lot of people that have this car tuned. It's awesome. It's amazing how many people decide to drift tune this vehicle and share it. It's wild. There's a ton of rear-wheel drives out there. There's an all-wheel drive. 664. Okay. Wow. Crazy. Lots of, I made what, 4 tunes for this car alone, and I shared all 4 of them. So I mean, I get it. You know, people are making something for every single class, or et cetera, et cetera. Different types of builds. Oh, under 500 horsepower. Ugh. Anyways, keep moving. Wow. I mean, it just keeps going, ladies and gentlemen. And one more. 893. Okay. All right. So it was getting closer with the drag tire compound. And in it, A800, and yet still doesn't have the amount of power that I'm pushing. So there's that. All right. Don't need to look at it anymore. There's a whole lot of tunes out there. It's crazy. Here's the car mastery for this vehicle. If you haven't noticed, I haven't even touched it. I have available points of 999. Nice thing about this car is that, you know, since I have the stock, you know, the motor engine, you can at least look at it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's got just the ugly, you know, spoiler wing, just a slightly bigger rim in the back of the car. It's not that bad of a vehicle. You know, if you take the color of the rims, make them black out the rims, you know, you nobody's going to notice. You know, and by the time you hit the first wall with this thing, because a lot of us do, you know, we hit a wall, that wing's going to rip off anyways. So you're not really going to have to worry about too much about, you know, looking at it too much or too long while you're doing a drift lobby, you know, case, you know, when you're learning how to just slap a wall and rip that thing right off. And then you won't have to worry about it. It is what it is. Either way. Well, hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do, definitely hit that like button. I enjoy making them for you. But until then, I'll catch you guys later. And stay sideways. And I will be making the wide body one next. As you can tell, I'm going to just put it up there right now so you guys can at least see before I even make the video for the, you know, my KPG all-wheel drive. It's got the 994 horsepower. All right. It says, if you didn't see that, it says points A800 all-wheel drive and just says blah, 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 blah. All right. Install that. Show you guys that real quick. Well, I'm not even show you. I'm just showing you guys the body of it. If you're here, still here, say, hey, I'm still here. I made it to the end of the video. I love to hear it. All right. As you can tell, it's a completely different. It's got the, you know, it's got the wide body kit on this one. You know, the rims are a little higher on the back there again. You know, it is what it is. But at least it looks, you know, a little bit better wise on it. I think, yeah, I could actually look into the actual engine compartment. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I've said that before, and that's very true, because I don't think this thing has the... I think this thing has the other engine. Yeah, it has the Racing 3.0 engine in there, giving you all that power. So we will go over that later tonight. So it's what it is. Well, hey guys, like I said, catch you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.